Hi, in this lesson, we're going to take a look at how to format pivot table fields, and I'll show you a couple other fun things as well. Let's go ahead and take a look at this column, sum of revenue. All of these numbers represent dollars from our sales. And if we go to our original data table, you'll see that the revenue column has been formatted in the accounting style, but it doesn't show us that here in the pivot table. Well, this is really easy to change. We simply need to click on any cell in that column, in that sum of revenue column, and we're going to come up to our pivot table analyze tab on the ribbon, and here in the active field section, we're going to click on field settings. And when the value field settings window opens up, you'll see we have in the lower left-hand corner a number format button. And when we click there, our format cells window opens up and we can choose any style that we want. And I'm going to actually choose the currency style, not the accounting style. And I'll click OK and OK again. And see, we have it just like that. Or I can go back and choose the accounting style if I want. Whatever you prefer. Now, there's a few other things I want to show you while we're here. We're going to come up here where it says row labels. This is representative, and in fact, if we select the filter dropdown, you'll see it is a column for our sales reps. But it doesn't say sales reps, it says row labels. And even if we select one of the sales reps, it still says row labels. I would prefer it to say sales reps. And if I look over here, that's the column header, sales reps. If I look in my rows field, you see it is sales reps. If I look in the active field, it is sales rep. If I go to field settings, it is sales rep. And yet, it still says row labels. Well, again, this is something that's easy to change. Like we do with any cell in Excel, we just click on it and begin to type in what we want. Now it says sales rep, and that's what I prefer. Let's take a look at some of the field options now as well. We're going to go ahead to Pivot Table. On our Pivot Table Analyze ribbon, all the way to the left, we have a button for Pivot Table, and when we click there, we see options. We're going to open this up, and I want to take us to the Display tab. We have these expand collapse buttons, these little plus signs here, but maybe you don't want those. When we click on them, they show us the dates. But maybe you'd prefer that the dates were not there. You just want a list of the months. Well, from our Display tab here under Options, you'll see I can uncheck that checkbox to show expand/collapse button. And that's checked by default. Everything we see in here is all by default. We're going to click OK. And now it's just showing us the months and the dates here because those were expanded. So to clear that out, I would have to go back, get those buttons again, collapse them, and now if I turn the expand collapse buttons off, they're gone. And as you saw, you can always get those back. Let's go back to display again. If you've been using Excel and pivot tables for a long time, and you're used to using the older classic style of pivot table, you can always go back to that. Take a look down here, again on our display tab, we see classic pivot table layout. And if we select that and click OK, that's a little bit more like the classic style that you might be used to. And this may be something that helps you as well. So these are just a few options that I wanted to show you, but our main goal was to see how to format those pivot table fields, which we did. So that's it for this lesson. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time.